Hello. Today we're going to have a look at the unitary method. This is one of the most useful methods in calculating certain things that we don't know in maths. It is also used beyond percentages and into many domains. So please pay attention as we go through this. Now, in this blue box here, this is the strategy that we're going to use. So when we are asked to find an original amount, okay, also known as a quantity, so we're going to find 1% of the original amount, and we're going to do this by dividing the given amount by the percentage it represents. And this will give 1%. This will make sense in a second when we do an example. In the second thing here, we just then multiply that number by 100, and that will give us the original amount. So let's have a look at this very first example. Okay, this first example. We're going to determine the whole quantity if 10% of it is 5 kilograms. So we want to find out what 1% is worth. So here, if 10% is 5 kilograms, 1% will be 5 kilograms divided into 10 equal pieces. Now, we know that as 0.5 or half, okay? So now what we need to do is that is what 1% is. We want 100%. So 100% would be 0.5 multiplied by 100. Okay, so you can use your calculator or your decimal work and you would get an answer of 50 kilograms. Awesome. Let's have a look at the second example here. So here, 24% of it is 6 centimeters. Okay, so we want to find out what 1% is. Now, 1% would be the quantity given, which is 6 centimeters. Okay, and we're going to divide it by the percent that it represents. So that would be 24%. So you can leave it as is, okay, or you can put it into a decimal like we did before, or simplify the fraction. Now, we want 100%, so that would be, if I were to keep this fraction as is, 6 over 24, and I'm going to multiply that by 100. So I can put this into my calculator, which I'm doing right now, and you'll get an answer of 25 centimeters. That is what 100% is. Okay, so in that first example, we had 50 kilograms as the original amount or quantity, and in the second one, we had 25 centimeters as the original amount or quantity. Let's have a look at this second example. If Tom scored 12 points for his football team, but this was only 20% of his team's points, what was his team's total points? So this is a worded question. We need to find out what is actually given. So here we have 12 points is 20%. Okay, so this gives us something to work with. We need to first of all find 1%. So here we're going to go, well, this would equal to the quantity given and over the quantity it represents. So 12 points over 20%. Okay, you can simplify that fraction, or you can put it into a decimal form. That will also be fine, or you could keep it as is. So here I'm going to find 100%. So here I'll keep that same fraction here, so that would be 12 over 20, and I would multiply that by 100. So we can now put that into our calculators. Okay, it should be very useful to actually learn how to do this on your phone calculators, because that is what you'll be carrying around everywhere. And often when you're at the shops and that sort of deal, this situation of where you want to use the unitary method can be very useful, especially when you're trying to find bargains and discounts when they're given as percentages. So here, I put this into my calculator and I got an answer of 60 points. So the total team points there was 60 points, and Tom scored 20%, which was 12 points. All right, so to recap the unitary method, so unitary means 1, so we're going to always bring it down to 1%, and then we're going to multiply that by 100. Okay, hope you learned something there and good luck with all of your questions.